Hello and welcome to Sunday Serve. And before we get into the conversation with the eliminated queen, just to say, last week we couldn't have our lovely Sally TM here on the show, but I did speak to Sally in the actual moment that she did leave, and she was absolutely fine with it, and she was so gracious and so iconic. And in this house, we represent Sally TM. We love Sally TM. So buy all her merch, go to her shows. She's iconic. Thank you very much.
Love you,
And
Sally.
now we love you, Sal. And now, shall we get into the episode, darling?
Let's go.
Take it away. Hi, Paige Three, my
Miss Yshee
sister.
Black.
Uh, Welcome to Sunday Serve, where we're here to dive in head first in all the juicy gossip from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 7. Are you ready to spill the tea, sister?
Absolutely, darling. Absolutely.
Right, let's get into it, Diva.
Should I be worried?
Yes.
Oh, God,
Mhm.
here we go. I've heard about you. I know about you.
Thank you. Get it correct.
First things first, how have the last 24 hours been? Now, I've seen the fan reception online and people are mad. How has it been in the past 24 hours?
I haven't actually, I have obviously seen bits, but I haven't like sat on my phone. I did Heaven last night until 3 in the morning, got back, got up at 6 to get back in drag, and then I've been doing these. So I haven't, and I'm going to sit and have a gorgeous read of it all later. I did see it trending on Twitter. So, listen, I'd much rather be people be talking about it than being like, well, yeah. Do you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but listen, in complete honesty, I know that when I read it, there's going to be some really, really lovely things that people are saying, and I'm genuinely so thankful. And it makes this experience like this is so hard, intense,
Mhm.
and it makes it that much easier to have people on side and just being lovely. Like it really does. So I'm very, very thankful.
Absolutely. And I think, like you said there, obviously the fans will have been sending in hundreds and hundreds of lovely messages. And I think it comes from the fact that we have been waiting for you to be on Drag Race for a hot minute now. Like every season comes around and it's like Paige is on a wish list or it's going to be Paige. This was the time.
It
Now,
was.
how does it feel like obviously adjusting to being a Ru girl, but also just adjusting to like absolutely everything? Like you've been a star for a long time, but obviously like now adjusting to being like an actual Ru girl. How is that?
I just feel like it feels right.
Uh-huh.
But in a way, like not in like a, but not in a diva-ish way. Like I've worked my ass off, and I feel that as a human, I was getting quite, and why she, I know you know this because why do you even do drag anymore? But it's that you can get quite stagnant. So it gets to a place where you're like, I feel like I've done what I need to do and I don't know what to do next. What can I do? So I
Mhm.
feel I needed to do Drag Race, not to prove anything to anyone or to prove anything to me, but to give myself and my career, whether it was good or bad, a new direction. So I'm really pleased to have finally done it and join my sisters. I have so many friends and sisters who have done it that I love and adore and am so proud of. And I wanted to see if I could do it too.
I'm proud of you for doing it, by the way, because that
Thank
means
you.
I can stop hearing you moan about when you didn't get on. And
Yeah,
that is
why
really,
does everybody
golden.
think I'm moaning about things? One minute I'm moaning about not having a badge. The next you're coming for me for not being on Drag Race. But listen, what's happening with you? When are you doing
Hey,
it?
hey, listen, sister, when they call, they call. You know what I mean?
I think
They
they've lost your number.
listen, well, they got my number. There's only a few black ones left, darling. So anyway,
And this week was the infamous Snatch game. Now, I've got one question for you. Why the
Hmm.
hell didn't you do Claudia Winkleman? Because you've been popping off online. Why
Babe,
didn't you do
well,
Claudia Winkleman?
because Drag Race isn't filmed live. I didn't know that this was in my wheelhouse.
Uh-huh.
Um, I at the end of the day, yeah, should have done it. But I will say, with Claudia, there is a very common, not me talking like I know about Snatch Game because I absolutely bombed it, but like there's a common misconception that looking like somebody is the right thing to do in Snatch Game, because sometimes you can really look like the person, but then not have the like rapport to like keep it going. Um, Maybe I would do it in future for sure. I think on hindsight, out of the two options I had, I probably should have done Charlotte Tilbury. But the reason that I didn't was that structure change that we had for Snatch Game, it not even being Snatch Game of Love and changing to Snatch Meow, genuinely threw us all as a group. The three girls that did really, really well, Elle, Katrin, and Bonnie, like props to them, because like that was a hard thing to do. But I think I felt most answer wise prepared of being off the cuff with Alexa, and I didn't feel so boxed in with the answers that I had prepared for a normal Snatch Game had I been Charlotte. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I felt more
Absolutely.
prepared to go and do normal Snatch Game with Charlotte, but in this new way where we had to be completely off the cuff. I didn't want to be boxed in, so therefore did Alexa.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
But I effed
Completely
it up for
understandable.
myself
Yeah.
way too soon, no. I was meant to have way more of a journey with that character. I wasn't even meant to be the Scouse person behind it until about 3/4 of the way through, but she decided to do the Scouse exit in the first
Immediately.
question. And I was like, well, effed it. You know? But then what you do? Barbara,
Well,
I'm
you have
there.
to carry on. Yeah.
Barbara, I'm there. You've got Miss Thing like smuggling Jaffa cakes down the top, and then down there you've got a bloody chair speaking in tongues, and then RuPaul it's silent tumbleweeds on the set, and RuPaul stood in front of you. What do you do?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
suck
Well,
eggs.
you did your best, and that's all we can ask for, innit?
Are you close to me now? I'm in London. I'm going to come kick you in the face.
Sister, it would be an honor to have you come and kick my ass. People will pay for that, sister. Think about it.
It's true. It's true.
And speaking of Ella, there was a little moment in Untucked where things got a little bit heated. Now, I want to know, was it worse or was that
Yeah.
actually the truth?
Yeah, no, it was worse. It was more was said for sure, but I would say it again. And I
Mhm.
stand by exactly what I said, because what I said was, I think, kind of accurate. And I also think that I wasn't saying something completely out of the blue. I was kind of reiterating what the judges had said. If they'd like lined it up with the editing that maybe they didn't say it so much and then it looked a bit out of the blue for me to say that in Untucked, then fine, but it was said and I was reiterating that thing. I think the thing is that those three girls were very like, it was very secure that they were in the top.
Mhm.
But there's no kicking you while you're down or anything like that, because you have done an incredible performance. 5 minutes before, I told Elle that she looked incredible, and I meant that. I'm not a liar. Why is she? I'm real as
Yeah,
hell.
it's
Like
true.
I don't lie. There's no point me saying anything. Do you know what I mean? For like for the allure. But you know, when I was asked who's going to be the bottom two, and there was a bottom four, I believed it was hard to choose the bottom two out of the bottom four because we had the best looks of the night, and I stand by that.
Yeah, true.
Mhm. That is fair.
Oberian.
Do you know what I mean, though? It was
Yeah.
not me coming for Elle, because Elle looked divine and gorgeous. She always does. And I had told her and I'd vocalized it. So like, I would say it again, because I still believe she looked gorgeous last night. I just believe we look better. I'm joking.
Um, Now, then you obviously landed in the bottom with Bones. Now, throughout the season, you have grown, I would say, even closer to Bones, and there was a few little jibes in there, but I feel like it was like friendly jibes, and you were genuinely looking out for each other because I feel like you both have a clear vision of what you want, and it was the crown. How did it feel, obviously, going into that lip sync, knowing that it was like you or Bones, because obviously it's two huge statuses that are kind of.
Pretty crappy. Like, forget the status.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, it's a friend, and it's like one of us at the end of that scenario is going. So it's not going to be nice for either of us. And I do feel like um I had been quite consistent, I guess is a good word to say, throughout the season. So I feel like being in the bottom two at that point, I was like, ooh, you know, I don't want to go right now, because I don't necessarily feel like I've had a track record that said, okay,
Yeah.
you know. But it was rough. It was rough, you know, but I completely blacked out.
Mm.
Not, and that wasn't even meant to be a quote from Chicago. I completely blacked out. It didn't even thing.
I
It wasn't
remember a
until I
thing.
was washing the blood off my hands. I didn't even know she was dead, but it was me. I was dead.
Dead.
Yeah, I've no. It was a tough scenario. It's never going to be nice. It was never going to be nice. But you know, I've had some questions say to me like, do they think that I was the right person to go home? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to say that somebody else should have taken my place. You know, that's not the way that this works. These are the cards that have been dealt. We lip sync together. I got sent home. Get over it, Barbara. You know?
Well, sister, you're taking it graciously. And I think you did a great job. I think you absolutely killed it. And actually, it was really great to see you really, just perform. The song was a great song for you to work with as
I
well.
think I
So,
manifested it, Yshee, because I actually
yeah.
said to my friend when we got the list of lip syncs through, they were like, I saw Tainted Love, one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
And I said, if I was going to lip sync, I'd like to
Thank
do Tainted
do
Love.
this one.
And then I ended up being that way. Two things. One, do I wish that I was not wearing a moustache for that? Yeah. Why on earth would we want to see me do that with a moustache? And did see someone say, why didn't she take the moustache off, Barbara? That was a lace front moustache that was glued down to half my lip and the other moustache that I had underneath it. So that was not, if I would have taken it off, it would have been drama. The other thing is, I'm glad you think that you saw me performing, but I would have liked to have seen me perform just a little bit more in there, like as far as actual screen time. I'm
Right.
happy to go home if
Mm.
I'm not happy to go home. I don't want to go home, but what I'm saying is like I'm happy to go if the battle has been
Yeah.
battled and you
Yeah.
go, she's won the lip sync. But in my
Right.
opinion, I didn't see enough of myself to go, I've lost that.
Right.
That makes
Right.
sense?
You want, yeah, because I know you want to fight. You
I
wanna
want to
you wanna
fight.
you wanna
Oh,
fight. You
honey,
want the tricks, you want the turns,
babe,
you want
I couldn't remember a thing from that lip sync. The only thing I can remember is that when I finished it, I was exhausted.
right.
So I wanted to see myself exhaust myself, you
Yeah.
know, and I think that the viewers would want to see that as well, if I'm being
Mm.
100% honest. Listen, if I go home still, I go home. That's
Yeah,
fine.
but you've done
But
everything.
I don't want judge time of
Mm.
the viewing of the lip sync. I want the two bitches going hell for leather, and I want to see who's gonna take that.
Bitch,
Mhm.
you
And if it's still me, bye-bye, Barbara. I'll go because I lost.
Yeah, you went down fighting. You went down fighting and scrapping.
You know, it's
Yeah,
hard to judge it when I'm not in it.
yeah, yeah. I know what you
Where's
mean.
my pineapple?
You got someone there feeding you pineapple on a stick.
Yeah.
Well, girl, it's time to get into the gossip. I want the
Okay.
gossip. I want quick fire. First things that come to mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Who, in your opinion, was the biggest this week on the runway? Mm.
Ooh. I want to say Celexa, but her tit was out again.
Ooh, she loves that tip.
Actually, I think Tayris.
Tyrus, yeah, she looked
I think
beautiful.
I think Tayris gave her best look of the show so far. That headdress was gorgeous. It was stoned well. I think her makeup looked fantastic. I think she looked really beautiful. So I would say Tayris.
Stunning. We love Tyrus in this household. On the flip side, who do you think was overlooked? If there was someone on the runway that was overlooked, you're like,
Overlooked.
actually, yeah, they should have got a bit more praise than they did. Or if, any praise.
I actually feel like most people got quite a bit of praise for their runways
Yeah.
last night. I do. I don't know. Maybe me a little bit.
I knew you were going to say, maybe you a little bit, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Here's one for you, sister. If you had to swerve the bottom two, who would you put in your position?
Honest to God,
Yep.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
No, I don't believe in that. I don't. I feel like it's not fair to replace myself with somebody else. Like that means that there was no one more deserving to be in the bottom. Same way as I would expect that had I been saved yesterday and not been bottom two, that it should have been that whoever was there.
Yeah.
It's the way that it is,
Let the cards fall as they may, really.
Yeah, people have said to me like, who should have gone home instead of you? No, we're not doing that.
We're doing that. All right, time to take that script for next week. Lovely.
Bye.
If there if there was one moment like when in Untucked or on the show that didn't make the edit that you wish had, what would that be?
Ooh. Um, I feel like when it was the talent show,
Hmm.
I remember sat Polly Pocket. Now there was two things happening there. That wig was so
Hmm.
heavy. I walked into that workroom like, but it's because it was so, so, so heavy. So that's partly the look on my face. But I caught myself. There's like when you're filming, there's a screen in front of you that has all of the camera shots on it. And I
Hmm.
always just have like a look over to the screen and
Mm.
see who was being filmed. You know what I mean? And I saw one of me, just
Boom.
this. And I'm like that. I was like, oh my God, I look fuming. I was
What?
fuming. So I was kind of wish they'd like included more of me being absolutely fuming. But
Yeah.
yeah, no.
That,
Yeah, untucked stuff. There was so much. There's so
yeah.
much. It doesn't get
Yeah,
used.
they get through a lot. You know what I mean? The editing
Yeah,
team
yeah.
they cut down a lot because I know I saw your cast and I went, "You lot love to chat." I went,
Yeah,
"Bloody hell."
for real. For real. I honestly sometimes wish that they had a camera on us at all times. Like, I
Yeah,
think that they should do drag Big Brother.
yeah,
Like Drag Race X Big Brother. Because Mama Sita, when I tell you on the bus, it's not cucaracha, honey. It's not well. We're not well at all. Me specifically, I don't know what would happen, but the new lease of life that I would have
Mhm.
when we finish filming and get on that bus, I would go cook a bananas right up a wall, baby, and I would be saying all the shit. And I was like, I wish it had been filmed because
Film,
that's where
yeah,
the real TV is, you know?
yeah.
That
I can
me
believe it.
going into the hotel, screaming and crying and wanting one glass of red wine
Wow.
is what needs to be on the BBC. I'm telling you now.
Just and to you, just going mental.
Because if it was a runway day, we were allowed one glass of red wine
Wow.
or one mixer and a drink. It was never a mixer and a drink for me. It's a
Yeah.
glass of red wine with
Mhm.
yet another episode of Judge Judy. And I would just, they were like, does anyone want a wine tonight? Yeah.
Well, sister, now we all know that get Paige a red wine, not a white wine.
Oh no, please. I get a
No,
terrible headache with the
yeah,
white
no,
wine.
red wine only. Red
Mm,
wine only. Now you left the competition, but you've done so much. Your social media has been absolutely popping. You
thank
hit
you.
the ground running, and we absolutely love to see it. It takes a lot to be committed consistently to social media, and
Thank
especially when
you.
the show is airing.
Mm,
But
been
we
a
want to
lot.
know what's next for you, sister. What do you want to do? Because
I want to
you
do it
could
all,
do anything
girl.
and everything. Mm.
Thanks, babes. I really do want to do it all. I think one of the things that I'm so grateful for out of this process is me being able to show that personality that
Yeah,
it doesn't get seen so much when I'm being on stage with a wind machine.
yeah,
I feel that I do that, but so much of me is, you know me, like
yeah.
this being this silly cow. And I'd love to do more television. I'd love to do
Mm.
more like Big Brother, celebrity. Get me on Celebrity Traitors right now, dressed as Claudia Winkleman. I will be sat at the round table and she will have to be herself. I want to do that. I think that, you know, I can always perform and do those things.
Mm.
I'm going on tour, but I'm going to be performing. It's great. But
Yeah,
I want to
you need.
push
Yeah.
Lewis and the personality of Page Three.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that's really the trajectory of what drag should be doing now. Now it is in the mainstream, and
I
realistically,
agree.
all of you are reality TV stars.
Yes.
So you should get these opportunities that come with it, not
Look at
just
Danny
very
Beard.
selective few. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Danny
right.
Beard's a fantastic example. The Vivian.
Yeah.
They did and Danny is doing
Hmm.
a fantastic trajectory and a
Yeah.
fantastic thing to just broaden the spectrum
Yeah.
of people that know them and what they can do. I'd love to present. I love the
Yeah.
fact that Lavoie the other day took over
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Claudia for a second. I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, get me
Babe,
presenting, honey. I'll do
The
it.
drag queens are clawing at the walls. What we need, you know what I mean, to do
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah.
Well, sister, I see it for you. I
Thank you.
absolutely love you. You know, you're one of me big bastards, and
She's not wrong.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I love you so much, and I'm
I
so
love
proud of
you.
all the work that you've done and the work that you continue to do. And I can't wait for us to do something really silly together, as we
Me
always do.
It's always going to be silly with me and you. Stay tuned because I may be out of the competition, but I am not done on that
Oh,
social.
here we go. You heard it here first. Keep your eyes out on Paige Three, darling.
And Ryan, darling, I'm so sorry you've had us two big, big mouth, boasty bitches in here, and the poor bitch is trying to get a word in edgewise. Thank you so much for having me today, and I hope that you both have a great week.
You tried to find a compliment in there, but you couldn't do it, could
I
you?
couldn't because I just think you're awful. I just think
That's a compliment there. Take care, Babs. We love you. Have a great day. See
Bye.
ya. Bye. 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 Bye.